Okay, so we have a pretty special little thing going on here today. I'm going to tell you a little story. First, I have to start. Okay, so I'd like to talk today about this gentleman right here. His name is Jim Cert, and he's a psychedelic sort of gypsy accordion player from Europe, from Prague or somewhere over there. And in 1994, I was in Canmore, Alberta, and I met him and bought this cassette. Take a look at this. This is the cassette right here, Double Angel, Jim Cert. And it's just him on accordion. Here's the other side. This is it, there. This cassette. And here's the other side. There you go. So, and very interesting. A lot of drug songs in a time when you couldn't speak out as freely. Psychedelics, speed, mushrooms, ayahuasca, marijuana. And so he's playing these songs, singing them, and it's on accordion, and it's a cassette. So I play this up to around 2000. I just didn't play cassettes anymore. Stuff happened in my life. I've got a bunch of boxes of cassettes. So I dug this out the other day, and I got the cassette to digital all set up, and started transferring it. So let's just show you some more pictures of this gentleman. This is Mr. Jim Cert there, and playing his accordion. Quite the fella. So I called the phone numbers. Well, I did a bunch of Googling, and that was pretty interesting. Finally, after a bunch that came up, he went with a band. He brought some bandmates with him from Europe. They moved to San Francisco, basically, I guess, and formed this band called Life After Life. So Cert and Sedivi, these are the two names on the cassette. I tried to phone these phone numbers on the cassette. One was to Canmore, Alberta. Lo and behold, it rings. This woman, her answering machine answered and gave a cell number. I called the cell number. And sure enough, the phone rings, but she's only had the number for 15 years. So this goes back 25 years. So she says it's not her. She doesn't know these people. Okay, great. Whatever. Nice story. I called the other phone number, which is a U.S. number, and it seems to be to California. Lo and behold, it rings, and this woman answers, and she knows these people. She knows who I'm talking about. She's not on good terms with them. Doesn't agree with the lifestyle, drugs, whatever, their lifestyle were contrary to what she wanted for her. So she didn't know who they were, kind of filled in a bit of gaps. So here it says both these guys were known, who were in the band, were known for their dissident against the communist regime in the 80s, Czech music scene, prior to the Velvet Revolution in Czech in 89. So they're both jailed several times for creating music, deemed antisocial by the communist state, who would not let musicians perform without state approval. However, in 1989, Cert was involved in the state working under police pressure as a secret informant. Okay, so Jim Cert and his bandmate Sedivi. But so somehow he became a spy or something. It's all very unclear, but it made him a little bit unfavorable with his public, if you can call it that. And then it says here in San Francisco, he caught the attention of political activist Jello Biafra, frontman of the Dead Kennedys, and the head of Alternative Tentacles, which is a record label. I think they're defunct. So he signed them up. Biafra signed them up. Debut album called Haria, and another album, just Trip. Some material, two releases written by Cert, Marijuana, that's on my tape, about marijuana, pro-activist David Peel, and material composed by the group as a whole, bonus tracks. So in the 90s, he immigrates back to Prague. Don't hear from him ever again. So he played with the band Life After Life was that material that I heard, but with a band. So 25 years later, I find these tunes that I know inside out with a band from the late 90s in Prague with the band. And there's some low, high 8 footage on YouTube. Here you can go. Here you can see Life After Life. So this is in 97, 96. There's 30 videos. I watched them all. The audio is pretty horrible, but it's the only thing I could find of that band. And then there's one or two things from Food Not Bombs in California. and some, they call it a library, but it looks like some kind of gig. I don't know if it's a real library, and they played that. So I don't know if he's alive or not. I've reached out. There's a fan page. Very hard to find these people. And so there he is, Jim Cert. I'm going to upload the music in the next few days. I hope you guys like it as much as it grows on you. I don't know if it catches you right at first, but if you're doing heavy psychedelics, it'll definitely get into you and into your skin, and you'll understand it. But Jim Cert. So there you go, guys. Hopefully my screenshot thing worked here. And I'll put this video together and post it today. And next few days, you'll hear the actual music.